Hi everybody, it's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my husband Steve and I are resellers in the Raleigh, Garner, North Carolina area. We don't sell online at this time. Hopefully in the future that will change, but right now we only sell in our booths, which are located in Antiques at Gresham Lake in North Raleigh and Collected Treasures in Garner. So if you ever happen to be in North Carolina, we'd love for you to stop at either of those places or both of those places and check us out. What we love to do on this channel is to take you out hunting for treasures with us and go over what we have found. The last video we took you out hunting up in the mountain area of North Carolina, up in Boone, up in Blowing Rock, Lenore, up in that area. And I have a fantastic haul to share with you today. That estate sale that we went to was awesome. And spending time with your friends and going to an estate sale, I can't think of a better thing to do, for me at least. Maybe not for them, but for me it was. We found a lot of great stuff, so I'm going to get into it and let's take a look at some of these fabulous items. Before we get started, I do want to remind everybody, just in case you're here local to us, we are going to have our yard sale tomorrow on Saturday, October 28th. It's going to start at 8 o'clock. We're going to go probably until about 4 o'clock. That's when we usually wrap it up. But it is our annual fill a bag for $10 sale. So if you're local to the area, we'd love to see you. Come on by. It's at 1006 Pond Street in Cary. As usual, I probably will not be able to go over every single piece on that table. I always buy more than I have time to review in the hauls, because we really sell a lot of items in our booths. Our price point is usually pretty good, and so we are in the business of trying to rehome these items, not collect dust with them, and so we move quite a bit. Like for example, this month, at this point, we still have a few days left in the month, and at one of our booths, we've already moved 130 items just this month. So we buy a lot of stuff, and I won't have time to go over every single piece, but I'm going to go over some of the great pieces. This one I really loved. I do not know if this is a Morano piece. I would say, because I don't see a sticker on it and I am not an expert at identifying Morano, if I was going to list this or on my tag, I'll say Morano style. I do see some of these exact elephants listed on eBay. They are saying they are Morano, but there's no tags, so I don't, I would just be trusting that eBay listing. And let's see, some have sold. The listings, let's see, the listings, they're saying this is from the 60s, and one is listed at $150 and one is listed at $90. I probably, I'm not going to be putting that price on it, but I do think it is fantastic. I think it's very well done. That's the bottom of it. I love it. Elephants usually do very well in our booth, so he'll be going right in the booth, hopefully on Sunday, if I can get everything priced after tomorrow's yard sale. Whew. And let me introduce you to Conrad. This is a Jim Shore piece. His name is Conrad. And brand new, he was listed at $25. And that's about what they're selling for on eBay. He's going around $27 to $30. I imagine, like any collector type item, maybe this isn't being produced anymore, so maybe it's a retired piece. I haven't researched it enough to know, but I can look more into that before I put a price on him. But I thought he was fantastic, and he definitely came home with us. Beautiful coloring too. When we walked into the estate sale, if you watched the video, you saw my friend Dixie was showing this to me. This is a fantastic piece of original artwork. I love the subtlety of it. You could say this is a nude, but it's not a frontal nude, and so I'm not uncomfortable putting this in the booth. I probably will put it up at Antiques at Gresham Lake. It'd probably be more appropriate there, but I just love it. I do not know the medium that was used. I can't tell. I think it is oil. I do believe this is oil and not acrylic. It looks like it could be a charcoal, but it's not. When you feel it, it feels like an oil. I don't know who CW is, but I think they did a fantastic job on this. The piece that I didn't want to leave behind was Marilyn. I couldn't leave Marilyn behind. I thought she was fantastic. She does have, this was covered in plastic, and there was a little hole in the plastic right there. I'm going to take a gentle paintbrush, a dry paintbrush, and just try to gently see if I can get that off there. I did say when I was doing my mini haul in that video that this looked like it was a photograph. It's not. I mean, obviously it's not a photograph because I think this is a mass-produced piece of photo of Marilyn. But the material that this has been put on, this is not just a cheap print. This is done very well. It's actually put on, well, I guess that would be the backing to a frame. But this paper is like, it's the kind of paper you would use to do a watercolor on. That's the type of paper that it is. So I really loved it. I think it's classic. And yeah, we didn't leave Marilyn behind. You saw in the video that I was saying, SPO Alert, SPO Alert. And yes, I did pick the SPO two-tiered tray up. It is beautiful. I did get it out and put it all together. That's what it looks like when it's put together. And it's in great condition. It's classic. It's perfect for this time of year. Can't wait to bring this to the booth. These are listed on eBay, you know, around $60 at this point. So was very excited to find this piece. When I'm going over this haul, there are just so many fantastic pieces, and this is another one. I absolutely love it. This is a Trinity broadcasting network is what it says on the back. So I don't know if it was like a public television station that offered this up or something. Let me show you what the back looks like. That's what it looks like on the back. I just think it's so beautiful. Just beautiful. I love the shape of it too. I don't usually pick up plates, but if the plate is absolutely stunning and unique, the shape of this, I couldn't pass it up. So I'm very excited to put this in the booth. I will say this is probably one of my better hauls this year. I really enjoy every one of these pieces. I think are fantastic. This is a copper embossed piece. This is definitely vintage. I would say that's probably like a Centurion or some type of Greek. I don't know. Got the headdress, maybe, yeah, Greek, I'm thinking, right? Tell me what you think. But very beautiful, very well done, in great condition. It's got the hammered look to it, and you can see the embossing here. And is that? Okay, that does look like Greek lettering right there. I just noticed that for the first time. It does look like there's some Greek lettering, so I would say this is a Grecian, some type of soldier. I would have to look up what the name of that is. And here is a beautiful green uranium juicer. It does glow, got the glowy going on, and beautiful. Quite bright. A lot of uranium in this piece. There is a slight damage to the lip of it here, the spout or lip. Little bit of a chipping there. I don't think that's going to be a big deal to the collector. I think because how bright this glows, when they put this under their light in their display cabinets, they're just going to love the glow. Not all green glows. You would think that this would be glowy, but it wasn't. This is a Fenton hobnail ashtray or salt dish, or you could even put a little tea light in it. These usually do pretty well in our booth. I do pick these up whenever I see them. They're a nice size, but if I put the light on it, no glowing going on there. But still, absolutely beautiful. I love it. And on the way out from the sale, there was a bunch of jewelry on the table. And I didn't take a lot of time to look at jewelry, but I did pick up this vintage locket. I love it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see up close the really pretty embossing on it, but it is really beautiful. It has that release where you push down on the top there and it opens up. And I do have antique photos, so I thought I would put a couple antique photos in here. I really love this piece. I just think it's going to look very nice. It would look really great in any display or any vignette. I always pick these up when I see them. They do sit sometimes for a little bit, but they usually eventually find a home. They have a nice rustic look to them. They're, you know, vintage shoe shining brushes or even garment brushes. These are horsehair. They are stamped. They are stamped and say horsehair on them. Service professional. So I picked up 2 of those, and they just look nice in a vintage crock bowl or something like that. And then there's this smaller one I thought was cool. I've never come across one like this. And that's the wording on it. What does that say? Oh, this says sterling also. Okay, so I imagine that this is horsehair also. But really cool shape on that one. And you just have to, you know, look everywhere in these estate sales. This house kind of meandered. You kind of meandered through the house, and just the house just seemed to keep going and going. And this was in one of the bathrooms on the back of the toilet, and it was full of like dried floral, and you almost didn't even see this. And I'm just going to put it up to my head so you can see it, the size of it. This isn't one of those great big ones. This is a smaller one, but it is brass. It's got the beautiful handle on it. It's in really good condition, and I just love the size of it. I think this is just a beautiful size for somebody to use in their decor. So I definitely grabbed that. I took all the floral out. I didn't want that. And I definitely took this. Now I do see some denting here. I don't think that's a big deal because it kind of goes with the aging of it. I might even be able to pop that out if I work on it. Now this piece I picked up at the Goodwill, and on the bottom it's stamped Germany. That's what's just stamped on the bottom, Germany. What I think this is I think a glass ashtray or a ceramic ashtray would go on the inside of this. And I'm going to go check to see if I have one that would fit in here real quick and see if I can demonstrate what that would look like. Okay, well I didn't really have one that's the right size. I like to collect old vintage ashtrays. This is one that sort of fits in there, but it would actually go down a little further and kind of sit right down in there. But that's the idea, that the ashtray would sit inside this beautiful brass piece. So it could also be used for putting a planter in too. I just thought it had a really cool design to it. And it's made in Germany. Anytime I see something made in Germany, I pick it up because I don't come across things made in Germany very often. That estate sale was very unique. I have never been to one like this. This was the second day that we were there. And on the second day, everything $199 or below was 50% off. Anything $199 or above, I think, was 25% off. At the last hour of the sale, they ask everybody to leave the house and get back in line again. They close all the doors and make sure everybody's out. And then everybody has to get in line again. And you can go in, and then everything's 75% off. That's $199 or below. And anything $199 or above is 50% off. All that said, there was a really cool bar in that house. And it was, go back and watch the video. It was awesome. It had like tufted leather couches in it, sofas in it. It had a lot of memorabilia in there. That's where I spent a lot of my time and picked up a lot of pieces. And that really cool Budweiser clock was in there that I almost decided to get, but I just wasn't comfortable purchasing that at the last hour at $112.50, you know, with the hopes that it would resell. I did pick up this decanter. This is a beautiful like honeycomb look to it, amber decanter. The stopper is clear, which is odd to me, as opposed to this being amber. So I don't know if that's a marriage going on there or if that's the way that it came. And then Dixie found me this really cool. Look at this really cool decanter. Look at the size of that stopper on it. It is humongous, but really a unique look. I love it. And both these pieces will do really well in our booth. This was I think this was the first piece that I put in, or besides that painting that Dixie showed me. This was the first piece I put in out of that area, that bar area. And I really love this. This is a, they call this an Acorn, let's see, purple acorn barnacle cluster. That's what this is. Look how close at this, how gorgeous it is. And we do put coastal items in our booth at Collected Treasures. It's closer to the coast than Antiques at Gresham Lake. Not that much closer, but it just seems that coastal items do well there year-round. So I will be putting this piece in there. It's probably worth about $25 to $30. I'm not sure what price point I'm going to put it at, but I do love it. I do think it is fragile. You have to be careful with it because, you know, little pieces of it will be breaking off here and there. I thought for sure this was a Tonala piece. Does it not look like a Tonala piece to you? But it on the back says William Sonoma, made in Italy. But it really reminded me of Tonala. And I think it's just a dinner plate or a salad plate, but I love the look of it. And I picked this up during the 75% off point, and I didn't pay a whole lot for it, so I thought I'd give it a try. I think it's beautiful. Now this Royal Copley piece I picked up at Goodwill. I did take a risk on it. Of the whole weekend, I would probably say this is the one piece that I probably took a risk on. I did pay up a little bit for it. I loved the koi fish on it. I thought that was, you know, the selling point to it. It's a beautiful planter. There's the base of it. But I did pay up a little bit for it, and there is a very small chip right there. So that will take away from the value. We'll see how much we get for it, but I do think it's a gorgeous piece. So, you know, we'll check it out. I'll let you know how we do. There's another beautiful piece that I picked up at Goodwill. I love how precious this is. It's done very well. Those fingers are very delicate on this. This is porcelain, and the work on this is fantastic. This is made in, it's called Dixon, and it says made in Japan. Beautiful planter. Look how gorgeous this is. If you were watching the video, you can't see this, but I can see this. I wish I could show this to you, how beautiful. Well, maybe you see a little bit there. When the light goes through this, it is fantastic. It's so gorgeous. It's just this really vibrant cobalt blue. And I almost would say that this is Morano. This looks very, very much like a Morano piece to me. Very well done. I picked this up at Goodwill. This is really gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the ombre effect on it. It's got like blue leading up to a clear, and then it's got this really pretty gold band. I have not come across one of these in a very long time. I don't know the last time I saw one of these candy dishes or apothecary jars, whatever you want to call it. It actually has the gold on the knob of the lid too. Very dusty and dirty right now, needs cleaning, but I don't know if I've come across one of these in a long time that has this beautiful blue ombre effect on it. So I was excited to find that. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon because I've still got things to do for the yard sale, and I need to edit this video and get it up tonight. I'm going to try to get this video up tonight. All right, so this is a 1989 swimsuit calendar for Sports Illustrated. And believe it or not, these actually do sell, especially when they have, you know, supermodels in them. This one has, let's see, this has Cindy Crawford, Kathy Ireland, Estelle Lefebvre, I can't say it, Ella McPherson, and Stephanie Seymour. And it's just a great calendar. There is some writing in it, but I do think that this will do pretty well. Guys, this piece is so heavy. It is solid brass. I couldn't believe the price on this. I picked this up for $6. Solid brass, beautiful like bamboo look on the legs. And this is a piece that what you would do, see the candle holders there? You would put some beautiful candle, like floral ring in here, maybe live florals in here, and then your beautiful candles. This would just be so gorgeous at Christmas with a beautiful evergreen floral, you know, poinsettia or something, you know, red roses decor in there with really tall pillared evergreen colored candles or red candles or even white. You could do white with it. This is fantastic. I was excited to find this piece. I don't pick up a lot of tins. I just stopped at Goodwill on the way home last night. I just wanted to show you this tin. I thought it was really pretty. It looks like Bo Peep, doesn't it? With her bonnet and her little shepherd's hook, and there's a bluebird, and she's collecting roses. And what's unique about it is, first of all, is the shape. Secondly, it has these little handles I thought was really precious. And then all around the side, it looks like those are roses. No barcode on the back. That's what the back looks like. So I really thought, well, you know what, I'll give this a try. I think for the tin collector, this is a unique piece. Okay, there were a couple more items there, but I think we're going to wrap this up tonight because I do have a lot I still need to get done for this yard sale. And like I said, I really want to try to get this edited tonight and up for you so you can see it tonight. Everybody, I hope you're getting out there. I hope you're out there treasure hunting, finding great stuff that you can rehome and reuse and repurpose. There are so many beautiful, beautiful items out there like this. Get out there, support your local vendor malls. and people like myself find a treasure, put a big smile on your face, and just have fun. Take good care. I hope you have a great weekend. The weekend's going to be fantastic here. If I think about it and I'm not real busy, maybe we'll do a little bit of video of our yard sale tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But until we see you next time, everybody take real good care.